Hi there, my forever friends. It's Vanessa from Forever Our Home. Welcome to my weekly vlog. I hope you've all had a wonderful week, and I would like to thank everyone for leaving such encouraging and valuable feedback. This really helps me understand how I can improve my channel for you, my wonderful viewers. But before I jump into my week, why don't you take some time to cozy up, put the kettle on, and grab something naughty to eat, whilst I light the fire and candles, ready to indulge in some treasured peace and quiet. Last week, a few of you mentioned that you'd like to hear my voice. I really appreciated this feedback, and I agree. I've listened to what you've said, and I've decided to now share my voice with you. Unfortunately, speaking isn't easy for me, as I have a neurological condition that interferes with the signals sent from my brain to my central nervous system, and it causes havoc with my speech. Sometimes it's very clear, like now, and other times I can only manage to whisper and slur my words. So going forward, whenever I can, I will endeavour to share my voice with you for a more connected relationship with you, my wonderful viewers. To my beautiful daughter Sophie, just a little note to remind you of how much I love you and how very proud of you I am. Love you to infinity and beyond, Mum. It's important to me to always let my nearest and dearest know how much they mean to me and how very much loved they are, as life is too short and who knows what tomorrow brings. But hopefully, special little memories and spreading the love will live on. I decided to make a mushroom pasta dish on Monday and thought about being more adventurous and experimenting with different varieties of mushrooms to what we usually eat. So I picked up some Tesco's finest exotic mixed mushrooms to give them a try. This recipe is just so simple. I use plant-based ingredients throughout as I'm vegan, but it's absolutely fine to use dairy in your own creations. It's literally chopped mushrooms fried in butter, approximately 100 grams of garlic and herb cream cheese melted into the mushrooms. Then add approximately 100 ml of double cream and bring to a gentle simmer. I then add fresh chopped chives and a good seasoning of black pepper. Fold the mixture through freshly cooked pasta and serve with garlic bread. So easy and so tasty. To be honest, I'm glad we tried the exotic mushrooms, but personally, I can't say they added any great value to the meal. So next time, I'm going to revert to the same old basic button mushrooms. Also, I'm going to replace the cream cheese for garlic butter for a more garlicky punch, but both ingredients work absolutely fine. On Wednesday, we went for a walk to our secret fairy wood. We hadn't been to the woods for a while, as it's quite a trek up a steep, muddy hill, and quite slippy slidey in wet weather. We had such a lovely walk through the woods and clocked up some much needed steps for exercise. The air smelt so clean and fresh up there, and all you could hear was the sweet sound of birdsong and the rustling of leaves made by the playful darting of squirrels. A seemingly perfect day to see the fairies in their little village. So here I am spreading more love. But actually, did you know that research suggests that walking through woods and tree hugging has a positive impact on our physical and mental health? Well, I'm all for that. I'll let you know if anything changes. Well, back to our fairy adventure, and our quest to find their little village was not to be this day. The path to their village was completely impassable. The mud was up to the top of our wellies. We weren't sure whether this was caused by the torrential rain from previous weeks, or if the fairies had built their own mud banks to keep away us prying humans. Nonetheless, we will definitely be going back later in the spring to see if we have any better luck then. I thought I'd share my favourite blueberry cheesecake with you this week. It really is so simple to make, but an absolute winner. Our village bakers, family and friends often ask me to share this recipe with them. They absolutely love it and it goes down a treat. To make it, I use a combination of two different recipes to create my perfect dish, and I'll link the two recipes below. For the biscuit base and blueberry compote, I refer to the domestic goddess recipe, but for the filling, I prefer to use the Little Blog of Vegans recipe, as this omits the need for tofu. Cream cheese, fresh cream, and icing sugar is all I need for my favoured filling. As with all my recipes, I use plant-based ingredients. Here I'm using Elm Lee Vegan Double Cream. Whip the cream cheese, cream and icing sugar together to form a thick and creamy consistency. Spread the filling over the chilled biscuit base and then refrigerate for approximately 4 hours until set. For the blueberry compote, pour the ingredients into a pan and bring to the boil, stirring often so it doesn't burn or stick to the bottom of the pan. When the mixture comes to a boil, turn it down to a medium heat and stir until it becomes thick and translucent and glossy, which will take a few minutes. Then allow it to cool and keep it in the fridge until needed. It's now time to cozy up and carry on with my Easter bunny. Yes, I nearly sewed the arm on the wrong way round. Thank goodness I didn't. As you can see, my bunny is now coming together, having 2 arms, 2 legs and 2 very large ears. You'll probably also notice that she's far from perfect. In fact, don't look too closely as she looks like a throwback from Frankenstein. Next time I make a bunny, I'm going to use a cotton poplin fabric, as it will be far easier to manipulate and far more forgiving compared to the thick felt material that I'm currently using. I'm hoping to start piecing together some scrap material next week to create a piece of fabric large enough to make my bunny some colourful countrycore dungarees. I'm also hoping the dungarees will mask my sewing imperfections. We'll see. Thank you for joining me this week for some countrycore peace and quiet, and hopefully I'll catch up with you next time. Also, let me know if there's anything you'd like to see included in my future vlogs, like trying out different crafts, decorating, DIY, or fishing. Okay, I'll stop you there. I don't do fishing. No, seriously, it would be great to know what interests you and if it's possible for me to deliver this in future content. Watch this space.